Hi, this is Kyle Piercy with UNDathletics.com, sitting down with women's basketball coach Constantin Popa. Coach, talk a little bit about this past weekend. You had a few exhibition games. Dayton, Indiana State, Xavier, back-to-back-to-back. It's got to be exhausting, but what did you learn from the weekend?
It was definitely a pretty tiring weekend, but it was a really good experience for us. You know, we had a chance to play some very good teams, obviously, and very competitive teams, and got a chance to work on what we need to work on, and kind of gave us a good idea of the stuff that we need to work on for the future as well.
Katie McIntosh, I know you kind of have a limited role in the exhibition. You're trying to get a player some playing time, but she looked like she'll be, again, sort of carrying that offensive burden. What did you see from her this past weekend?
Katie McIntosh is definitely a very good player. She's obviously she's been with us for a while now. She's a senior. She's definitely a leader of this team, and I have a lot of expectations from her. Like you said, she gave us some good minutes, but I also tried to figure out everybody else in the rotation, kind of get an idea what everybody else can give us for this season. So, but she's definitely a very good player. She's going to play a huge role within the team.
And if you're looking offensively, if you're looking for that second scoring option, is that going to be, remain to be seen, or is that sort of a scoring by committee just to fill that secondary burden?
At this point, I think it's just wide open to anybody who wants to step into that role. You know, definitely everybody can score on the team. I have no doubts that anybody at any point can step up and just score a lot of points. It was good to see that this past weekend as well. But it's wide open, and we have a lot of seniors, obviously a lot of experience, and I'm sure that everybody will like to step into that role.
Speaking about seniors and Diana Jovanovic, I thought she had a pretty strong weekend on the boards. In transition, she looked pretty strong. Is she sort of that glue girl for your team? Kind of does it all?
Definitely, and she's obviously another senior, and Di has been, I think this is the best shape she's been in since I've been here. So she played really well for us this past weekend, definitely on the rebounding ends, but she's going to be a major contributor.
Talk a little bit about Newcomers, specifically Princess German. Been with the team, but now finally being able to play because she was a transfer in her sophomore season. What do you expect from her this year?
I know that she was looking forward to start playing as well. She, like you said, she's been with us for a while now, but unfortunately last year we could not use her, due to the transfer rules. But I think she's going to bring a lot to this team, and we saw some of her potential this past weekend. Still, she's got a lot to learn, and obviously the system, and we still trying to work with her, kind of see what she can give us the best. But she had a pretty good show over there this past weekend, and I do expect a lot from her.
Did anybody surprise you this weekend?
I'm glad that some of our players that we had, we had some injuries last year, and they're just trying to get back, like Shelby Wall and Megan Birchmeyer. So I'm glad to see them back in pretty decent shape and working on their stuff and being actually contributors.
All right, now looking forward to the regular season. You start this weekend in Anaheim for the Disney Tip-Off Classic. Your first regular season games against fifth-ranked Emporia State. What do you expect for your team just going into that first regular season game?
Compete. I think you're just as good as the competition. So we like to play good teams, obviously very good teams, top 25, of course, if we can. And it's going to be a really good test for us. There's a bunch of really good teams out there in Anaheim, and we're definitely looking forward to play, start with Emporia State and then everybody else after that.
Are the girls excited to go to the West Coast?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Make sure you follow UNDathletics.com and also on Twitter @UNDathletics for all the updates from this weekend.